Hi, today I want to give you a quick routine for your quarantine. Now this 10-minute progression of exercises you can do pre-workout, post-workout. You can do it in the morning when you wake up, in the evening, and it starts right here, the center of your body. So you separate your feet about shoulder width, and body weights, you're rolling as you circle your hips around. You want to imagine having a bullseye right between your feet. And as you move your body weight around, you're really limbering all through your hips, your knees, and your ankles. So your body weight will move through your feet, front of the foot, sides of the feet, back to the heels, reverse in the other direction. Of course, you want to breathe very deeply while you're doing this. Right, so this by itself, this movement is a fabulous movement, especially if you sit for a little too long, too much screen time. Give yourself a stop and do a few hip circles. That's number one, really important, powerful, right in the center of your body. Number two, shoulder circles. So you lace your fingers, knuckles forward. Now your shoulder blades come apart. As you reach your arms up, your shoulder blades will lift. As you move your elbows back, your shoulder blades will hug, and then clasp your fingers, your shoulder blades glide down. So we call this circle of joy. Knuckles forward helps to exhale. Inhale, elbow or shoulder blades lift. Exhale, shoulder blades hug. Clasp your fingers, shoulder blades glide down. I'm just going to do two more. Knuckles forward, lift, and open to really feel strength in your upper back. Glide down, releasing any tension from your neck. One more time. Helps to exhale here. Now, once you're here, if you want to add a few halos, turn your palms to face your head. And for those of you who do kettlebell training with us, you're very familiar with a halo. This is a fabulous way to limber through your shoulder blades. It moves them so they glide on your rib cage, really healthy. So that's number two. And number three is more for your thoracic spine. So this is nice if you lean back against a wall, but if you don't have a wall, soften your knees a little bit, lift up nice and tall, draw your chin toward your chest, and round through your upper back until your fingers dangle in front of your knees. For those of you who do Pilates with us, you're very familiar with this as being a finisher for your ending for your Pilates practice. And then you roll back up through your spine. Now here it helps to maybe lift your breastbone a little bit, keep your neck long. So to do it again, you draw chin toward your chest, start to round forward until your fingers dangle about above your knees. Now important here to keep your belly button pulled in and up so you protect and support your lumbar spine. Nice to dangle your head, relaxing there. Limbs just release and then lengthen and round up. Lift your chest, let your collarbones broaden. You might even move your head back. And you take that one more time. So you can round forward. If you were up against a wall, your sacrum, which is the base of your spine, would be back up against the wall, supported, and your upper body would just dangle. And then you round back up. So number four is lateral flexion. Bring your arms up overhead, catch hold of one wrist, and pull up and over. Now while you pull up and over, you're opening, of course, through your intercostals, fabulous for your lungs. That's all the little muscles between your ribs, your waistline. You can come back up and do the other side. So obviously there's a lot of awareness here, but also you want to be aware of not compressing the other side. And come back up, lift up and over. While you do this, I suggest you keep your body weight even in both feet. So you're really, really purely lifting and lengthening lateral flexion in your spine, that side bending. And maybe take it one more time, really deep breath. And then number five, another crowd favorite. This is so pleasing for your body. It's called loose coat sleeves. At least that's what I call it. I think in Qigong it might be called beat the drum. But this is a nice spiral for your spine. So healthy for your spine. And remember right now, we're being asked to kind of look at what is essential. What is essential is that your body moves every day. You don't have to kick your butt every day. In fact, you shouldn't. And establishing some of these routines, daily, just like brushing your teeth, a daily kind of movement routine that limbers all the major joints. This one is you can do with your feet planted and make it more pure in your upper body, or you can let your back heel lift and let the spiral kind of go through your entire body. Nice deep breath. All right, so those are the first five. They're fabulous by themselves. Number 6, helpful to have a strap or a a belt, an old tie. This one is more chest expansion. So you grab your strap, your belt, your tool, and stretch it up and back. Oh, fabulous right there. And then reach back up and over. So always, again, deep breath. Don't underestimate the power of your breath. A lot of people say, oh, I'm so tight. Well, mobilization depends upon circulation through your major joints, through your muscles and your systems. And circulation depends on respiration. Breathe deeply. Now you could take this all the way down behind, which is fine, but typically the big payoff is somewhere right back in this range, and you could even hang out there for the last rep and do a little side to side. I always think of this as like a bear scratching their back on a tree. Feels so good. So that's number 6, chest expansion. Number 7, I'm going to take it down to the lower chain, the back of your body. Take your strap behind your body and scissor your feet. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And I'm going to suggest your pinkies face up, palms face each other. Pull your strap taut, and if you don't have a strap, you don't have to use it. Take a breath in, up here, up tall. As you exhale, fold forward until you make sure you're creased right at your hip crease, where your thigh plugs into your hip, and you can lift your arms up to continue that chest expansion, and then come back up. I'm just going to do 3 of them. As you fold out and over, you're hinging at your hips, which is a healthy movement to practice in your body, and also lengthening your spine. So you're trying to reach way out past your toes and come back up. Take that one more time. And exhaling as you go out and over, and if you can go a little further and let your arms come higher, let that happen. And then if you're feeling saucy, quick switch your feet. So body weight's pretty even on both feet at the top. As you exhale, lengthen out and over, lift your arms. Inhale and come back up, and you kind of pause and relax there. And twice more, long exhale to lift out and up. Inhale and come back up. It's also a little bit of a balance challenge for some folks. Exhale, fold out and over, so it wakes up all your stabilizers. Inhale and come back up. So that's number 7. Number 8 is more for the front of your body. So I'm going to dangle this strap in my right hand up above my head, and whatever arm is up in the air, that leg goes back. So we're still in this sort of scissored position. Your left hand goes behind so that both elbows are bent, and you grab your strap. Now you have a pretty wide stride here to help you, give you enough range to bend your front knee and lift. Oh, feels so good. And then come back up and relax all of that. So as you bend your front knee, you lift your chest, and you might even pull a little bit with the bottom hand to increase stretch here and come back up. One more time. So this is slight back bend, also a very healthy lengthening through the whole front side of your body, especially the front of this hip, and then come back up. To change, I'm just going to pivot around and switch my hands. So whatever leg is behind, that elbow goes up, and the bottom hand walks up to grab the strap. Wide enough legs that you can bend your front knee, and as you exhale, bend your front knee, lift your chest, and then inhale and come back up. Again, a little bit of a balance challenge for some folks, especially if you close your eyes, and come back up. Take that one more time. Bend the front knee, lift, beautiful, and come back up. Number 9. Now this one's a little tricky. It's for this area right here, the back side of your waistline. It's called quadratus lumborum. There's a muscle there called quadratus lumborum, and it tends to get very tight. So if you bend your knees, okay, and let your arms, you can have hands on your thighs actually. And with your knees a little bent, you're sort of rounding, slight round of your low back. Always pull your belly button in and up. Those of you who do Pilates know that, to bring a sense of support to this entire belt. Then your right arm reaches across your body as you pull your right hip back. So my fingers and my hip are pulling apart from each other, relaxing your head. And then you come to the center and do the, you could lengthen your spine here, and then do the other side. Round your spine, pull your left fingers apart or away from your left hip. So your left hip curls under and pulls back, and then come back to center. Do that one more time. rounding and reaching. I think you'll find once you play with this one, you'll find it is fantastic of a release through, you know, again, the back area, the belt area around the back of your waistline. Nice. And then number 10, calves. So we've made it all the way down to the bottom of your chain. The most obvious calf stretch, most people very familiar with, is a straight-legged, and typically your hands are against a wall and you could push. So notice here, this is a nice straight diagonal line from my heel up to my head, and I'm pressing. That's beautiful. That's the more superficial calf muscle. If you step in halfway and come up tall and think like an elevator, bend both knees, and the back knee bends. Most of your body weight is on the back knee. This is a deeper stretch. It's called your soleus muscle. So it's deep underneath of the more superficial calf, and that's usually the one that wants a little bit more love. Let's do that on the other side. Straight leg first. If you have a wall, push against that wall. Your body weight is driving down through your heel. Really straighten out the leg. If you want a little more, sometimes lifting your toes on that foot it can help to increase the length. And then you come up nice and tall, so it's a little tighter stance. Bend both knees and feel your body weight now coming down into the ball, the forefoot, the front of your back foot. So it's still dorsiflexion, but it should feel a little different in your calf. And that, my friends, is a great routine for your quarantine. Enjoy.